Update and the container that washed up in Jamaica with chicken in it. I seen a video where one guy said he got the container number, he looked it up, and he was saying how the container was traveling and how long it's been out there, right? Only problem with that video is it seems like the number he typed in the number in the video was a little bit off. Maybe I misunderstood, but it seemed a little off. Second, I'm seeing a lot of people make videos about them having the chicken, cooking the chicken, eating the chicken, and doing all sorts of things with the chicken and saying, hey, they still good. They're still alive. Everything is great. Third, I did see a video showing that it was a refrigerated container because somebody showed the components that show, yeah, it did keep it cool on the inside or keep it frozen. But once it hit the water, what's the likelihood of that system staying on? Like, is it waterproof? Anybody got the information on that? Let me know. So it's been has it been a week yet? It's been a couple days now, and so far all seems good. I haven't heard anybody talk about anything going on with the chicken. So yeah, that's the update so far.
Okay, now this is the meat right here that washed up ashore. As you can see, the brand is called Perdix, and it is manufactured out of Brazil. There go your inspection stamp right there from Brazil, showing you that I guess it's supposedly already been inspected or whatever. It was headed to the Cayman Islands, but the container fell off the ship or whatever and magically floated to Jamaica. I'm just talking about this again is because I still find something weird and something suspicious about this, and they warning the people to not consume this meat, but people are still consuming it and looting and taking some home, and people have reported that they don't feel sick or anything, so hopefully it's not contaminated and everybody be fine and this doesn't turn into the next zombie apocalypse and people just start running around ripping each other's face off, because that's the last thing we need right now in 2020. People from Jamaica commenting on my last video where I talked about it, but on this video, I want to hear in the comments of anyone who has consumed this meat. If you cooked it at your own house, maybe went somewhere and purchased some, like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling fine? Did it smell funny? Did it taste funny? Like, somebody let me know in the comments, and I hope all is well over there in Jamaica. Y'all stay safe, stay prayed up. Love y'all. Peace!
A member of the Jamaica Coast Guard appeared on national television recently to speak about the 40-foot container that washed ashore in Hellshire, St. Catherine. During the interview, he confidently stated that the container wasn't hazardous and that it was filled with chicken. That one statement raised more questions than answers. Because the first thing any reasonable Jamaican would want to know is, how did he know what was inside the container? Was it inspected? Was it opened? Was it scanned somehow? But the interviewer didn't ask. Instead, the officer went on to say that they saw the container floating and simply notified nearby ships so it wouldn't cause an accident at sea. He also stated clearly that it's not the Coast Guard's job to retrieve containers that fall off ships. Once the container washes ashore, it becomes the responsibility of the Marine Police. But here's the issue: in all the viral videos showing residents crowding the container and removing chicken by the bagful, not a single Marine Police officer was seen on site. And remember, this wasn't a small item. This was a 40-foot container. It would take hours to empty that out. Yet, not one officer arrived in all that time. No one came to secure the scene or protect the public. Then after the damage was done, after the chicken had already made its way into homes, deep freezes, and possibly cook shops and restaurants, the Ministry of Health finally stepped in to say, don't eat it. But the truth is, by then, it was far too late. The Coast Guard didn't secure it. The Marine Police didn't show up. And the ministry only spoke after the public already had the meat in hand. It's hard not to feel like everyone passed the buck, while the public was left exposed. And you have to wonder, if anyone out there wanted to harm Jamaicans, they now know exactly what to use. Food. A Coast Guard
Y'all don't find this oddly convenient and suspicious that a whole shipping container with preserved chicken, that chicken is still fresh when it hits that sand, just washes up in Jamaica? There's no traces of the ship where this container mysteriously fell from. There hasn't been any claim from any business reporting missing inventory. If I'm handling inventory for my business and thousands of chicken packages randomly disappear, you don't think I'm going to report it? You don't think that shipping container that weighs 1,000 pounds would be further out in the beach? How did it make its way all the way to the shore, just perfectly placed there? And from me doing some research, I found out that chicken spoils quickly. It doesn't take a long time for chicken to go bad. These chickens don't look rotten to me. They look perfectly preserved. You see when something is too good to be true, and they're like setting the stage, and everything looks perfect? This is exactly what's going on right here. We cannot be that gullible as a society. There's way too many red flags, and there's way too many things that are not adding up with this. I'm still waiting on that business to report their missing inventory. Because that's way too much chicken for you to not say nothing and for you to not report it. My people in Jamaica don't eat this. Don't eat this chicken. Convenient and suspicious.
Get about 14 bucks. You see me? I don't have no problem with them. Same day I fry, same day I jerk. Same day I do everything with chicken. Honestly, I wasn't more cheap what me have out of 14 bucks.
So what you do is the sell
What me
consumer.
do? Yes, man, remember, so we have to hustle in here, youth, them have to survive, you know. Yeah, man, so we sell, we consume, we have feast out of it.
Now, the container is 9 feet 6 inches high, and there's a sign here which says super heavy. So it appears this rock below the container may be the only thing preventing it from washing back into the sea. The sea is pretty rough.
Get about 14 bucks. You see me?
Lieutenant Commander Michael Ferguson of the Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard revealed that the authorities had been notified nearly a week earlier that the container had fallen overboard in Jamaican waters.
We would naturally, in this instance, activated our mechanism, responded to doing a couple things. Firstly, ensuring that shipping in the area is aware that the container fell overboard to ensure for maritime safety so that no collision occurs at sea. And then we move to deploying our assets to identify, locate, and track the movement of the container so that we can collaborate with other agencies who have direct responsibility to treat even the other aspect of the protocols. So all of that was done on our part once we were alerted to the container falling overboard.
He stated that as soon as the alert was received, the necessary steps were promptly taken by the relevant authorities.
In this instance, as we were doing our response mechanism, as it's unfortunate that the response of the public outpaced the relevant agency to
Which is my question,
respond
sir.
to
Why?
secure.
But why? That's my question.
It may be due to access limitations. Terrain limitation is accessing the area as quickly as possible, and as such, the response mechanism on the part of respective agencies to secure the shoreline and also the container may have been limited at that. But once they got on scene, I'm aware that they naturally went on to securing the area and containing the situation.
The lieutenant commander noted that while it's not uncommon for containers to fall off ships, such incidents are rare in Jamaican waters. He emphasized that retrieving lost cargo is not part of the JDF Coast Guard standard mandate. Additionally, he explained that there was little the team could have done to recover the container at sea before it eventually drifted to shore.
Once the container fell overboard, there is no immediate mechanism to pull the container back up on a ship, because that would take heavy lifting equipment and crane, somebody to secure a container and try to pull the container to water, which in itself is a dangerous activity, especially under the weather condition that we had over the last weekend.
Do you have the same role as the Marine Police, the JCF? Do you have the same role?
The Marine Police mostly focus on matters within our inland spaces and within the territorial water, within that 12 nautical mile. Our main focus is based on our maritime law enforcement responsibilities. We do narcotics interdiction and treat with matters more further offshore.
Lieutenant Commander...
So if a container full of chicken washes up on shore, are you eating that? Because this is what just happened in Jamaica. A shipping container full of chicken products fell off a boat and washed up on shore. And then the locals saw what had washed up and they started helping themselves to this chicken. Now, I'm always down for a free lunch, but serious health concerns are being raised right now. The Minister of Agriculture is saying that it shouldn't be eaten.
CB. No, man. CB. One breast. Look at one breast. No, CB, me advise you sell KFC them chicken ya. Them big breasts ya on sell KFC them. That's why I go KFC I'm order, I can't order breast cause the breast them big. No man touch.
Portmore. Stand by. There'll be another container washing up very soon. Citizens of Portmore, stand by.
Yo, it falls me like a god of fry dog. Yo, Dragon. Yo, say more like each type of chicken dog. How much me have to pay? Beer for Savali food cheap. And I need mixed food. So if you want jerk chicken, fried chicken, stew chicken, and baked chicken and barbecue chicken at 5 bills per plate. If you like look money and mix